Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, I invite you to open your heart wide and listen carefully to each word I am about to convey to you. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time, a season where patience seems to be sorely tested and where the silence of Allah seems heavy. Know that this silence is not forgetfulness, but preparation, a prelude to a divine intervention of a magnitude you cannot yet imagine. This time, Allah will not hold back. When God speaks, heaven and earth tremble and destinies are transformed. You are one of the chosen ones, those whom the Most High has chosen to fulfill a mission, to shine like beacons in a world often plunged into darkness. But before the light shines forth, the path is always strewn with trials, expectations, and inner struggles. It is in this crucible that your greatness is forged, in this silent perseverance, in this unshakable faith, despite the storms. I promise you, at the end of this video, a sincere prayer, a supplication that will uplift your soul, soothe your heart, and remind you that you are never alone. May every tear shed, every breath of patience, every effort be seen and counted by Allah. So stay with me, listen, meditate, and prepare to welcome the blessing and transformation that Allah has already begun for you. This is not just another speech, nor is it just another message. It is a divine truth that has endured through the ages, a direct call from your Lord. Let your mind be clear, let your heart be receptive. For what you are about to hear today may well change your life, your faith, and your destiny. This time, Allah will not hold back. For the time is ripe, and God's promise is being fulfilled. Don't close this video before the end. Patience is key, and the reward is immense for those who persevere. Pay attention, because the signs are there, subtle but powerful, ready to manifest. The new beginning you've been waiting for is already on its way. Allah has heard you, He is with you, and He will not let you down. Now, close your eyes for a moment and imagine what your life would be like if tomorrow all your difficulties were transformed into blessings. Imagine the peace that invades your soul, the light that illuminates your path, the serenity that fills your heart. This is what Allah has in store for you. Prepare yourself to receive this divine gift. Stay with me until the end, for I will guide you through the signs, truths, and teachings that will enable you to recognize and grasp this unique favor. And most importantly, remember, at the end, I will offer a special prayer for you, so that you may be strengthened, blessed, and guided on this new path. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you always. When Allah speaks, things change. This is a truth that the chosen ones know intimately, even when the world seems ignorant of their story. The divine word never returns without consequence. It is a source of light in the darkness, a breath that moves mountains and breaks chains. When God decides to act, nothing and no one can oppose it. It is an absolute force, a power that transforms hearts, lives, and destinies. The Quran is full of examples where the word of Allah marked a radical turning point in the history of believers. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, received the first revelation, everything changed for him, for his community, and for the entire world. This word, sent down from heaven, is an infinite source of guidance and hope. It is a sign for those who have eyes to see and a heart to understand. You too are invited to recognize these words in your life. Perhaps the signs are subtle, almost invisible. Perhaps they manifest themselves through a sudden peace in the midst of turmoil, a new strength that inhabits you despite difficulties, or an inner guidance that pushes you toward good. These signs are reminders that Allah is at work, that He is speaking to your soul, and that His intervention is imminent. The chosen ones have a special sensitivity to these signs. They know how to listen beyond the noise of the world, discern the truth in silence, and maintain faith even when everything seems to be falling apart. This ability is not given to everyone, but it is a divine gift for those who sincerely seek to draw closer to Allah. You are one of these chosen ones. Be vigilant, for God speaks through nature, events, encounters, and above all, through the Quran. Never forget that the word of Allah is accompanied by promises and warnings. He promises those who believe and persevere an immeasurable reward. But He also reminds us that the path is not always easy. The divine word calls for patience, steadfastness, and submission. It is a call to inner transformation, to spiritual rebirth. You may ask yourself, how can you be sure that it is Allah who acts? How can you distinguish His words from mere coincidences or passing thoughts? The answer lies in the peace and conviction you feel. When Allah speaks to your heart, He places a deep serenity there, a calm that nothing else can give. This peace is a clear sign that you are on the right path. Moreover, the word of Allah often manifests itself in gradual changes, an evolution in your faith, patience, and trust. It does not always come in the form of spectacular miracles, but rather as a light that gradually illuminates your path. This light guides you through the darkness, strengthens you, and prepares you to receive the blessings He has promised. Reflect on your own story. Have you ever felt, in the midst of difficulty, a new strength, a renewed hope? This is no accident. It is Allah speaking, reassuring you and supporting you. This moment is precious because it heralds a coming transformation, a profound change in your life. Finally, keep in mind that listening attentively to the word of Allah requires humility and submission. One must learn to recognize its signs, purify one's heart, and rid oneself of the doubts that cloud perception. Only by sincerely drawing closer to Allah will you be able to hear His voice clearly and respond to His call. In the next part, we'll explore why this time Allah won't hold back, and what signs show that the time for transformation has finally arrived. Stay with me. What follows is essential to fully understanding what God has prepared for His chosen ones. Why will Allah not hold back this time? This is a question that burns in the hearts of many believers, a mystery we are called to ponder with faith and humility. The Almighty acts according to His infinite wisdom, never whimsically, but always for the ultimate good of His servants. When the times are ripe, when patience has reached its limits and hearts are ready, then Allah manifests His power in a clear and shining manner. In the history of Islam and the prophets, we see examples where Allah waited for the perfect moment to intervene. Prophet Yusuf, Joseph, after years of hardship and imprisonment, saw his destiny radically changed when the word of Allah manifested itself through signs and interpreted dreams. Similarly, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, experienced moments of apparent stagnation before revelation fully poured down upon him. This time, for Allah's chosen ones, it is a moment of truth. After a long period of trials, patience, and sometimes loneliness, the stagnation is over. Allah will no longer hold back, for He sees the sincerity in the hearts of His servants, their determination to follow Him despite the difficulties. This is the divine promise. Every trial is followed by ease, and every dark night is followed by a bright dawn. There are many signs around you, if you take the time to see them with a sincere heart. Perhaps you feel a surge of spiritual energy,
a new peace despite difficulties, or an inspiration that pushes you forward. These signs are not mere coincidences, but manifestations of Allah's will, preparing the ground for His blessing. The time is near, change is imminent. It's also important to understand that this divine intervention doesn't necessarily mean a spectacular miracle or an instant change. Sometimes, Allah works gently, in stages, transforming your inner self before changing your outer reality. This inner transformation is fundamental because it is what will enable you to receive and manage the blessings to come. Remember that Allah's chosen ones are chosen not only for their visible merits, but above all for their patience, faith, and steadfastness. Those who remain faithful to Allah despite trials are the true winners, those who reap the fruits of their perseverance. This moment is a divine reward, a sign that you are on the straight path. Now ask yourself this essential question. Are you ready to welcome this new beginning? Have you prepared your heart to receive light, peace, and blessing? If your answer is yes, then rejoice, for Allah has heard you and His promise is sure. He will not hold back, for you are ready. In the next section, we'll look at how to concretely recognize Allah's action in your life, how to distinguish His signs, and how to remain steadfast in your faith during this time of transition. Don't give up. What comes next is crucial. Recognizing Allah's action in your life is not always easy. Sometimes the signs are subtle, almost imperceptible, but they are always present for those with an open heart and sincere faith. Allah acts in His own way, with wisdom and precision, and He uses different means to guide His chosen ones towards light and truth. Perhaps you felt an inner peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances, a serenity that surprises you despite the storms around you. This peace is a powerful sign that God is close to you, that He's working in your heart. Or perhaps you've noticed changes in your life, a new opportunity, a door opening, unexpected support from unknown sources. All of these are manifestations of divine intervention. The Quran teaches us that faith is manifested in actions, but also in the perception of the signs that Allah places on our path. Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of night and day, are signs for those who have understanding. Surah Al-Imran 3:190. Those who know how to observe carefully and reflect on these signs are filled with hope and confidence. To fully appreciate Allah's actions, one must also cultivate patience. Sometimes blessings are delayed, not because of forgetfulness, but because Allah is preparing something better. Your patience is therefore a true treasure. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Patience is a light." Sahih Muslim. This light illuminates your path even in the darkest moments. It is also essential to remain vigilant against doubts and trials that seek to distance you from this certainty. The devil and evil thoughts will try to sow confusion, to make you doubt the word of Allah. But remember that the true believer is the one who, despite the storms, remains steadfast and confident. Always keep in mind that Allah is with the patient. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153. Another sign you may observe is an increased desire to draw closer to Allah. You may feel a renewed thirst for prayer, reading the Quran, and performing good deeds. This spiritual upsurge is a clear sign that you are on the path God has laid out for you. Accept it with gratitude, for it is a precious grace. Finally, to ensure you don't miss out on Allah's work, you must also surround yourself with pious people, brothers and sisters in Islam who support and encourage you in your faith. Community is an essential pillar for spiritual growth. Allah has told us, and hold fast to all of you together to the rope of Allah and do not be divided. Surah Al-Imran 3:103. Together, faith grows and divine signs become more clearly manifest. Ask yourself this question today. What evidence is there in your life that God is working for you? What small victories, moments of peace, or spiritual awakenings have you already experienced? Recognizing these signs will give you the strength to persevere, to keep moving forward despite the difficulties, because you now know that you are not alone. In the next step, we'll explore the role of the chosen ones in this divine change, your responsibilities, and how to prepare your heart to fully embrace Allah's favor. Stay tuned. What follows is important for your journey. As one of Allah's chosen ones, you have a sacred responsibility in this great divine change that is about to take place. Being chosen by Allah is not only a badge of honor, it is also a call to action, a commitment to live by His commandments and to embody the values of Islam with sincerity and courage. This role goes beyond your individual relationship with God. It also touches on the community, society, and the spiritual mission you carry within you. The chosen ones are called to be living examples, witnesses of divine light in a world often darkened by doubt and misguidance. This means that your words, your actions, and even your thoughts must reflect the presence of Allah within you. You are a guiding light, a bulwark against darkness, a messenger of peace and wisdom. But to fully fulfill this role, you must prepare your heart, purify it, and rid yourself of anything that might obscure this light. This preparation begins with consistency in prayer. Prayer is the direct link between you and your Creator, a sacred moment where you humbly submit yourself before Him, asking for His guidance, protection, and mercy. It is an inexhaustible source of spiritual strength, a refuge from hardship. Strengthen your connection with Allah through obligatory prayers, as well as voluntary prayers, meditation, and regular recitation of the Quran. The role of the chosen ones also involves adopting exemplary behavior in daily life. Patience in the face of difficulties, kindness towards others, sincerity in your intentions, and justice in your actions are qualities that testify to your deep faith. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The best among you is the one with the best character." Bukhari. So be a model of moral and spiritual excellence. Furthermore, charity and helping others are essential aspects of this role. Islam teaches us that the believer's heart expands by sharing with those in need, providing support and comfort. Being one of Allah's chosen ones also means being a source of good for your community, a vector for positive change. Through your acts of generosity, you participate in building a better world in accordance with divine will. It is important to remember that this path is fraught with challenges, and that at times you will feel weak or discouraged. But remember that greatness lies not in the absence of difficulties, but in perseverance and faith in the face of them. Allah appreciates sincere effort, even if it is modest. So keep moving forward with confidence, for your reward is great with Him. Finally, prepare your heart by cultivating humility. The chosen one does not boast about his choice. He recognizes that everything comes from Allah, that he is simply one servant among others. This humility will allow you to remain open to guidance, correct your mistakes, and grow spiritually. It will also help you stay close to others, building strong bonds based on brotherly love and Islamic fraternity. Today, make a firm commitment to live your role as your chosen one with faith, patience, and determination. Prepare yourself to receive Allah's blessing by purifying your heart, strengthening your faith, and acting with wisdom and compassion. In the next section, we'll discuss the inner and outer preparation needed to fully embrace God's favor. and how you can overcome the obstacles that stand in your way. Don't give up. What comes next is essential. We have now reached the conclusion of this vital message, a step that marks both the end of a journey and the beginning of a new beginning. What you have heard today is a divine invitation, a call to rise up in faith, to renew your commitment to Allah, and to fully embrace the path that He alone has laid out for you. Never forget that Allah's chosen ones are not those who never experience difficulties, but those who, despite trials, remain steadfast, patient, and confident in His promise. This new beginning, this promise that, this time, Allah will not hold back, is a reality you can hold on to in times of doubt and weakness. The greatness of a believer is not measured by his or her visible successes, but by his or her perseverance and sincere devotion to his or her Creator. So be courageous, my brother, my sister, for you are on the path to a profound, spiritual, and lasting transformation. Now, I invite you to open your heart, bow humbly before Allah, and entrust to Him everything you carry within, your fears, your hopes, your dreams, and your will to change. Let His light penetrate every corner of your soul, heal your wounds, and renew your faith. The following prayer is a source of blessing, a sincere request for the Almighty to guide you, protect you, and uplift you. O Allah, Lord of heaven and earth, Creator of all that exists, we come to you today, weak and full of hope, asking for your infinite mercy. Purify our hearts of all resentment, fear, and doubt. Strengthen our faith, illuminate our path, and make us chosen ones worthy of your light. Help us to stand firm in trials, persevere in prayer and good deeds, and always seek your pleasure. O merciful one, guide us to the new beginning you have prepared for us. Make us instruments of peace, love, and justice in this world. Protect us from temptations, unjust trials, and evil influences. Grant us the patience to endure difficult times and the strength to rise again after every fall. O Lord, inspire us with gratitude to you even in times of trial. For we know that every difficulty carries within it a lesson and a hidden blessing. May our hearts remain attached to you, our minds lifted up to you, and our souls find peace in you alone. O Allah, accept our supplications, our repentance, and our efforts. Fill our lives with your light, your peace, and your love. Make us witnesses of your greatness, bearers of your message, and chosen ones who stand firm until the end. Amen. My brother, my sister, keep this precious prayer in your heart. Return to it whenever you need strength and comfort. Allah will never abandon you. This new beginning is within your reach. His promise is real, and your victory is near. May Allah bless you abundantly, grant you peace in this world and in the hereafter, and make you a radiant chosen one, a bearer of light and hope. May God's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you.